Hey everybody, welcome to another D&D 5e one-shot with our Patreons. I'm Steak with the Cantrip Cast. How's everybody in the chat doing? I've already seen a lot of you guys typing. Good to see some very familiar names in the chat. First things first, as always, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our cast for today, everybody. Starting with the bottom left, Mr. Enigma. Go ahead and introduce yourself and then your character, please.
Hello, everyone. I am Ultima Enigma, and I am playing Enigma, the Air Genasi Druid Ranger.
Excellent. Hey, Talk Ghoul.
Yo.
Introduce yourself and your character.
Sorry, I think I just had some delay on my end. So I am Top Cool. I will be playing the Chakri monk, because monks are awesome.
Amen. And last but not least.
And I am Rob, also known as Monkey. I will be playing Babo da Gabo da Goblin Artificer.
Okay, so I've got Enigma, Takgol, and Babo. So basically, you guys have always worked inside a city called Larnwich. You guys haven't exactly been like protectors of it. You guys are sort of just adventurers that have been in this area, sort of in this realm for the longest time. And this is where like a lot of big missions come out of, where a lot of money comes out of, where a lot of quests come from. Because this is just a big group of people in this area, where elsewhere it's mostly wilderness except paths onto other smaller villages. This is one of the bigger ones. So you guys have always sort of worked out of here. You guys are just now coming back from a mission where you slayed some evil druidic bears out in the woods, and you were on your way back to Larnwich when you saw, far off in the distance, right next to the city of Larnwich, a large carnival tent that is almost as wide and tall as the city itself, and from it, looms a deep shadow over the town. It seems to be a little bit quieter. There seems to be less travel on the road, and you guys feel a little sense of worry start to pick up in your hearts. What do you guys want to do?
A sense of worry, huh? So, Steak, I don't know if you remember Babo that much, but yeah, he's a bit of a coward.
I think I remember.
Yeah. The other two members, you'll notice that he carries around a large box on his back with a big red button that says "Do not touch." Babo is who's going to be the tallest here, the Genasi or the Thrycreen? Probably the Genasi. The Thrycreen might be a little too skinny, so Babo is actually going to hide behind the Druid Ranger.
Okay, excellent. So, Babo, you see this. You immediately get behind Enigma. Enigma, Tat Goal, what are you guys doing in this situation?
Doc Gold sees the do not touch and immediately goes to touch it.
Okay, Babo. Looks like an attempt to touch is being made. Are you aware of this and attempting to stop it?
Oh no, he's going to let him do it.
Okay. So what happens, Babo, when he touches the button that says "Do not touch"?
A eldritch cannon pops out and aims right at his face.
Doc did not expect that.
Okay, yeah, you are immediately stopped as this cannon comes out, directing itself. You hear the mechanical gears quickly shifting into place. It's pretty intimidating. It happens pretty quickly. That was interesting. Enigma, is there anything you're doing at this time?
Enigma is gonna whistle and look over his shoulder to the woods where they just came from and watch as his wolf Panda comes trotting up next to him. And he's going to tap Babo on the head and be like, "Put your gun away. It's not a size contest here. Let's head over there and see what this is."
Your wolf's name is Panda, you said?
Yep.
That's fucking awesome. I love that. Anyways, so yes, Panda comes up to your side. You have this giant circus tent off in the distance. What do you guys do? There's still travelers going to and from, but you're used to this city being like, especially this street, to be a lot more busy. and to have like maybe a roaming guard every once in a while. And you guys haven't seen a roaming guard one time. So that's definitely something that would be off kilter about this situation for sure.
Taco thinks we should check out Circus.
Babo's gonna grab a hold of Enigma's like the bottom of his shirt and give a little tug on it. Just be like, I don't like bad. This is bad. This we're going in there, aren't we?
It might be bad, but if this is anything that can endanger the city, I think we need to investigate it. And Enigma's going to start walking towards it.
We get paid, right? We get paid for this.
When you say that, Bobo, you would know, or Bobo, you would know that if anybody was going to pay you guys to do something around the city, it would definitely be Madame Nane. And she's somebody that you guys have worked with before. She's sort of like an old spiritual leader. She used to be a witch doctor, and she's sort of like a public figure of sorts. And a lot of times when the city officials don't do anything about a situation and you guys are looking for information or a direction, Madam Nanai is always there.
Okay. So Babo's like, Enigma, we go see the madam. Go see madam. She pay us.
This is true.
Taco will follow Enigma.
Okay, so you guys start making your way up towards the city of Larnwich. Everything else appears to be normal, but I'd like everybody to go ahead and make me a perception check as you are walking up towards the city's gates.
15 for Enigma.
Okay.
That is going to be a 19 for Babo.
Okay.
Taco got a dirty 20.
Okay, so you all rolled high enough to see this. As you guys look over to the side of the road, you see like a bright colored like red circle or sphere ball. It appears to look like some type of like clown's nose. And I'll say tack goal with your 20, you look a little bit past the clown nose and you see like an extra large shoe print, sort of like making an indenture in the mud and a little splash of blood.
So I'm gonna just go like, Taco thinks there's a struggle, and he's gonna fall like essentially. Does my species have wings?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I have never heard of a fucking Thrycreen before.
No, he said no. Okay, so
I don't believe Thrycreen do. No,
I'm just gonna scuttle over to where I'm gonna scuttle over to where the shoe print and the blood are, and like point it out to the others.
Okay. As you pointed out, it becomes immediately apparent to you guys as you look around and start to pay more attention that's not like the only weird thing. There's like weird articles of like pinstripe clothing hanging like strips from different parts of the tree. You definitely see as you're looking, there's a bunch of these very, very large, awkward footprints that almost look too elongated to be a human's. But you know, with the same sole prints of what you're accustomed to for a human, just much larger. A lot of these prints look like they're heading back up towards that circus tent. And a lot of them also seem to be pointing towards, walking up around towards the city gate as well. You do see, as you guys are getting closer, there's a large group of maybe like 13 humanoids. They just look like townsfolk from here. They're arguing amongst themselves and they're pointing towards the tent.
I would like to listen in to see if I can discern what they're arguing about.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check, please. And I'm assuming you guys are just like still steady walking towards them, or are you guys sitting still and trying to eavesdrop?
Babo is definitely hanging wherever Enigma is. He is going, no offense, Enigma, but Babo is going to use you as a meat shield.
I rolled a 15 for tackle.
Okay, I would say with a 15, you can definitely hear some words coming out. You hear like the words missing. You hear the words children. You hear the words blood feud. and that's about it. But these voices, they definitely sound anxious and angry, perhaps.
Tackle's gonna
What direction is the madam that we're headed towards? Are they in the is she in the direction of these people, or
1 second. I just got a text from my wife. All right, say that one more time. I'm sorry. She's putting the kid to bed.
Oh, I was asking the direction of the madam that we are headed towards. Is it in the direction of these town folks?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, so they're basically like sort of congregating outside of the city gate right now. You know that she's further deeper into the city, sort of past the marketplace. She has her own like little area where people, come to her with her problems. Basically to her house is where you'll always be able to find her. So yeah, you would have to walk past these people, but they're not seeming to pay you guys any specific amount of mind, compared to anybody else. But as you guys approach, you do hear a man from the group yell, "Ho, adventurers or traders coming to the city?"
Enigma's gonna look at him and be like, "We are adventurers. We curious. What's going on here? Where is everybody?"
Well, this accursed contraption beside us appeared. One morning we woke up and it was here. We tried to breach it. We tried to enter it. We found no purchase. We found no place. And then, well, as the night came, the honking started. And then the laughing. And at first we thought maybe the kids were playing some type of prank, but then we heard the sounds of the kids screaming. And then this morning, anyone who went outside the night previously is gone. Half of the children of Larnwich are gone. Any semblance of the guards are gone. We are some of the last of the remaining in the town. We're deciding on whether to try to push an attack out on this, whatever this is, or to just run away and leave. We don't know what this is.
At this point, Taco would walk up to the guard and kind of like tug on his leg because he's pretty short, so he would tug on his leg to try to get his attention.
Yeah, you get his attention.
Taco heard something about a blood feud and missing children. Is there something going on other than the circus tent?
You see another person from the group stands out. It's a proud, short, and astute dwarf. Pops out and he says, "Aye, yes, I'm talking about a blood feud. They've taken our children as well. We can't just turn around and run away now. We need to find a way in, and we need to get everyone back out."
Taku wants to help find missing children.
Well, then you are with us.
At the mention of children, Baba da Gabo starts to remember how his youngest brother just disappeared one day, and God bless it. Of course, you've got to use the one thing he's actually willing to die for is children. Baba da Gabo kind of peeks out. He comes around. He's like, "I bring kids home. I save kids for the kids." And he's just going to start running towards the tent.
Okay. As you run towards the tent, you see it looms up above you. It's perhaps 100 feet tall, maybe, and it starts arching up. So eventually, as it arches out of sight, and goes up towards that stereotypical, like pivot at the top, you can look over, and it is very intimidating. You see that where the tent appears to have been, like where a fold would meet, and you get closer. It's actually made of a different thing than fabric. As you go to touch it, you feel the cold, hard touch of steel. And where you find the sheets together, you see that they are sort of riveted together with some type of metal contraption that locks it together. On further inspection, this looks to be almost some sort of fortress.
Mr. Enigma, Taco thinks Baba mightn't be a little unhinged.
Yeah, let's not leave him alone. Enigma's gonna run after Babo, and approach the tent. Is there like any openings towards the top at all, or?
You do see that sort of where that curvature of the tent would start. There does appear to be like what looks like to be maybe vents. They'd definitely be big enough to fit people through them. But they're about 80 feet up, and it is slick metal.
I am going to try to do something very dumb, and I'm hoping this works. I have a bag of beans.
Okay. All right.
I'm hoping that I roll decently on the D100 and I can actually get up there.
Okie dokie. So go ahead and roll your D100 for your bag of beans. I don't remember exactly mechanically how it works, but I'm sure you'll let us know here in a second.
All right, so I rolled 74. Oh, cool! A fruit tree grows.
A fort tree?
A fruit tree. Fruit tree.
A fruit tree grows from your magical bean. Does it tell you what type of fruit, or do I get to pick?
Let's see now. It has a 1d10 plus 20 fruit, 1d8 of which acts as randomly determined magic potions, while one acts as an ingested poison of the GM's choice. The tree vanishes after 1 hour. Picked fruit remains, retaining any magic for 30 days.
Rolling.
So you get to pick a poison.
Okay, and what are the fruit?
I
get to pick that as well?
Go for it. You know what? Go for it.
They're pineapple-flavored healings of potions.
Ooh, actually,
Or
that
potions
sounds
of healing.
delicious.
Excuse me. And I'm not telling you guys what the poison one is. So there are, 8 potions in total, or there's 9 potions in total?
It's 1d10 plus 20 fruit, 1d8 of magic potions.
The math on this is very hard, and I don't like it.
The question is, how tall is the tree?
So I rolled a 3 on a d8, so there's 3 magic potions. There's a d10, so that's 28 fruit total, but only 3 of them are magical.
Okay, so here's the big question. 1, are you guys going to spend the time to capture all of these fruit, to look through them, to figure out which ones are magical?
Babo is not. He's going to attempt to climb the tree to get up to one of the vents.
Okay, I will say that this fruit tree, since it bears that many fruit, would be a pretty sizable tree. And I'll say it gets you at least 60 feet up at the top, leaving you only about 20 to the vent.
Cool will also climb tree to get to the vents.
Okay, yeah, it's a fruit tree. There's a lot of branches interlaced. It's not a hard climb. You guys make it up there, and you guys can sort of look over the town from up here. You guys never actually went in, but there's like bodies laying in the streets of
Thornwich.
Thornwich right now, like lots of bodies, and some of them aren't human. But from this distance, you could only tell that they were wearing something of like a clownish, gesterish garb.
Mr. Enigma, we need to figure this out like now. Taco will make a jump for the vent.
Okay.
Is there any other like noticeable entrances to this steel tent?
You guys didn't like go all the way around it and investigate it really, but the villagers whatnot have already told you that they could not find any way of purchasing, no way of entering through normal means.
All right, DM. So I'm gonna try. I want to try something dumb. It's up to you whether or not I can do this. I have 50 feet of hemp and rope and a crossbow. Would you allow me to actually tie the rope to one of the bolts and try to fire it into the vent and see if it sticks?
I mean, for sure.
It hooks on. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I would allow that. That's what I was waiting for. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I like. Roll for crossbow.
Taco is just gonna straight jump for the freaking vent.
Okay. Buckle, make an athletics check for the love of God.
Taco rolled a 24.
For athletics? Okay, you jump pretty high, not 20 feet, and instead of falling all the way down the tree, you just, jump pretty high and then land back in the tree, and you can tell that it's just outside of your range for jumping.
Taco disappointed.
We're 60 feet up, correct?
Mm-hmm. What is that crossbow bolt, Bobo?
14.
I will not. I say a 14 is probably not good enough to get there, but it sort of clangs off of it, and you can tell that you were very, very close to getting there. Would you like to shoot again?
All right, one more shot. Not much better, 16.
A 16. The magic number was 15, believe it or not. So you shoot up with this crossbow bolt. It shoots sideways into the vent, and you can feel it sort of still pull the rope like another 5-10 feet. And then it starts coming back down, and it snags. And you feel that bolt catches in the vent, and it looks like you might be able to lift yourself off of it, but you know it's only one bolt.
Well, Bobo's light. The other two, not so much.
How heavy's your backpack?
Oh, yeah. about 70, 80 pounds right now.
Okay. I was just wondering for plot reasons.
Yeah, plot reasons.
So what would you guys like to do now?
I mean, the Taikari, so me, only weigh around 100 to 375 pounds, and considering I'm like the size of a goblin, I would say I'm probably on the lower end of that spectrum.
Okay. So what are you doing?
Well, before I make a judgment call, let me check the weight of my bag.
Oh, Lord. We have fear.
Well,
We
you
have legitimate
brought the fear.
I'm just merely setting the parameters of climbing the side of this tower. There's nothing malicious or malevolent. I didn't even add a money reason to fuck you guys on the stream. It's all just fun.
So
I'm gonna climb because apparently my bag, because I only have my 2 items, it only weighs a freaking pound.
All right. I wouldn't even say that you really need to roll a dexterity check for this. You're a small guy. You're not wearing a lot of things. It's definitely going to hold your weight. He did a pretty good shot. It's not very far. Y'all are going up. It's good rope. You're able to scamper up to the vent pretty easily, actually. And there is enough room within these vent slots for you to fit through. So you could definitely get in.
I'm definitely going in.
All right. You are in. You are in a ventilation shaft. It goes left. It goes right. And there's also slits sort of all the way around, big enough for you to climb out / fall out of, because it's that way all the same way around where you guys came in at.
I'm going left.
Bobo is going to grasp his holy symbol of beans.
Okay.
And he's going to hope that he makes the right decision, and he's going to go right.
Well, as of right now, the only person who has climbed the rope is Tech Goal.
That's right. So, yeah, he's going to climb the rope.
Enigma's gonna, right as Bobo is about to start climbing, he's gonna put his hand on him. You got this. And he's gonna cast Levitate on Bobo.
Okay, that's very smart considering Tech Goal has already taken the fuck off and is not holding the rope. So that's fantastic. You start to climb. And somehow, Bobo, this is the easiest climb you've ever had, man. You're going right up there. It doesn't feel like you're heavy at all. Yeah, you make your way up there really easily, other than having to sort of turn to like the side to fit your backpack through the vent. It's not really that hard getting through and in. As you get up there, you see the tackle is already gone. We'll get back to that in a second. We're going to go to
Enigma is going to use... because it's air genasi, he has the ability to levitate anyways, and he's just gonna kick off the tree and float up to the vent and slip in.
Okay, all 3 of you are above. We've got Bobo and Enigma together. Tech Goal took off to the left, correct? All right.
Yes, sir.
See a little dice here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Just rolled a nat 20. That's cute. So as you are running ahead, Tech Goal, you hear something sort of ahead of you. Because it's tight, but not so tight that you like have to crawl hands and knees. You sort of have to maybe hunch a little bit, but you can still move pretty good. But as you start to move forward, you see 2 really bright white lights come out from the darkness. And the white lights slowly start to turn to red as another white light opens as a straight line underneath it, and then slowly curves up and over into what looks to be like a mouth of like pure energy. And it starts giggling, and you hear one of these songs from your childhood that you remember hearing in the nest as it starts to crawl towards you. Not quickly, but it is covering the passage in front of you. Whatever this creature is, it is incredibly long, and all you can see is the brightness coming from its open eyes and mouth.
Taco may have made a mistake.
Enigma's just going to call out, Taco, where you at, bud?
I'm going to scamper to that voice.
Yeah, it sounds like it's sort of far away. And as you hear that voice, calling out for you, you hear another voice coming from behind you now that you've turned your back saying, you could always just play with us forever if you stayed.
I'm sorry, what?
Taco has seen this movie. He doesn't like the results.
All right, so Tackle takes the hell off. Do you take one last look over your shoulder, Tackle?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, you can still see the eyes and mouth in the distance. You'd think it'd be farther back than it actually is, because you're moving pretty fast. Maybe it's starting to move faster too. It's hard to tell though. And you guys quickly see a sort of frightened-looking Tackle run almost right into you guys. It looks like he was running for his life from something.
Taco must go faster.
Bobo touches his chest and goes invisible.
Okay. You turn Taco invisible, or you turn yourself invisible?
Bobo he just disappears. He turned himself as invisible. He used invisibility.
Got you. I understand. And what are the rest of you doing?
Enigma's going to look at Taco. What are you running from? What's going on here?
Taco seen a creepy clown face, which I can only assume was a clown face, and it said, "You can stay and play with us forever." And then it sang a song from Taco's childhood. I didn't like it very much.
If you guys strain your ears really hard, you can sort of hear in the distance something that sounds like, and it's getting louder and louder the longer you guys sit there.
Taco's gonna use his natural ability of chameleon to blend in with whatever the surrounding color is to hide.
Okay. You sort of like press up against the metal and hide. Bobo turned invisible. Enigma, you're just sort of standing there.
How big is the area we're in?
It's pretty tight. It's maybe 6 feet tall, maybe 4 foot wide. It's sort of a shaft. You can go left or you can go right. Tackle just came running from the left.
Taco would not recommend going left.
Enigma is gonna whisper to him, "Guys, let's go the other direction," and he's gonna actually wild shape into a giant constrictor snake and start slithering forward.
Wow. Okay. So you go full snake. I love it. You're invisible. You're sort of being stealthy with your chameleon abilities. You guys are moving away. You hear the soft singing voice become softer and softer. The further you guys go to the right. Eventually, after maybe a couple of minutes of travel, you guys find a ladder and a hatch. The hatch is closed. It does not appear to be locked. And you can see like the tops of the ladder like popping through the floor. It's one of those hatches that like covers it up so people can't just fall.
Enigma still in his snake form is gonna like just look back in like the area where he can kind of sense that one of them is, and start looking at the hatch.
Okay, invisible and stealthy. You guys have a snake eyeballing you both, and a latch and a ladder.
Taco will hesitantly open the latch so we can go down the ladder.
Okay, yeah, you can open the latch. You're already starting to hear noises come from below this area. It's really hard to hear it. Excuse me. but it sort of sounds like whimpering.
Can Mr. Enigma get down, or does he need Takul's help?
Enigma is gonna start slithering down, like kind of like spiral staircase style, down each rung of the
Okay.
ladder.
I like it. It looks really cool. You spiral down with your cool long snake body. Tackle, you're going down as well.
Yeah, Tackle's going to do that thing where you just grab a hold of the side of the ladder and just slide straight down.
You're going to fireman slide. Got it. Bobo.
Bobo's gonna go down cautiously, and while he's moving down, can he make like a perception check to see what kind of whimpering? Like, is this an animal? Is this a human?
Sure. Go ahead and you can roll perception or survival.
Well, I have a +0 to both, so it doesn't really matter. But I rolled an 18 on the die.
In 18. It sounds like distinctly an elven child.
Yeah, Bobo's definitely going down there.
All right. You start to climb down as your guys, boots make scuff marks going down the ladders. You start to hear like hushed whisperings. Does anybody have dark sight? Because it is sort of dark inside of here. How are you guys seeing?
I have blind sight. I don't know if that's the same thing.
It's different. It's still helpful.
You're Toph. You're essentially Toph.
Yeah.
Taco does have dark sight, or dark vision.
Okay.
And so does Bobo.
Right. I thought so. I was just making sure before I described this to everybody. So as you guys make yourselves further and further down the ladder, the inside of this, I guess, metallic hull sort of appears to be made of scrap metal. The pieces inside are rusty. You see a lot of material made out of like that thin cage wire, not like chicken wire, but the real thick stuff. And it is spread across the walls. You see that there are a lot of colors like reds and blues, paints sprayed around. Some of the reds looks suspiciously like blood. And as you go further down, you start to see the cages. And as the cages come into view, the heat signatures of the people inside it do as well. You're looking at a massive room full of much of Larnwich in captivity right now. The cages are divided with the children away from the parents, the men away from the women, the young children away from the older children, and they're all separated in different cages. No one has noticed you guys yet, but as you look further down, you see one creature seems to walk around the cages, sort of rattling at the locks and bothering any of the cages that seem to make too much noise. It appears to be some type of elongated, maybe elf with very angular face and long, sharp ears. It wears a jester's cap, has dark black eyes with red pupils directly in the center. And as it turns and sometimes smells the air, a long forked tongue comes out. Its hand ends in large, large talons, and it has a beautiful, cute little red nose right in the center of its face. Massive feet. You can hear it stomping around as it is shaking cages. There's a cauldron lit against the far side of the room with a massive fire, and a couple other creatures sort of the same ilk in that area. But that's maybe it's far away enough that you can see it, but not far enough to where they could hear you. Even if you were to get into a fight, it's way off in the distance.
I want to apologize to the party members, but I'm going to make a roll to see if Bobo freaks out and shoots this fucking thing the minute he sees it.
Fair.
Okay, no, that's a 19 on the die. We're safe. He's going to be smart about this.
Bobo, you hold your rage.
Until somebody else goes for it.
But as you guys make it down to the bottom of the ladder.
How much shadows is there around the around like where this first entity is?
I would say all over. This whole area is very, very full of shadow. The only reason you guys are able to see as well as you do is you guys have blind sight and dark sight and different things that are helping you here. But for most of these villagers that aren't naturally gifted with that type of sight, they're here in just utter darkness. That's the crying is almost perpetual. And when you look down at the floor, all you can tell is that it's made of some type of red substance.
Mr. Enigma, Taco would really like to kill that thing.
So
Enigma's going to look at Taku and start, because he's still a snake, so he can't really talk. So he just starts shaking his head. Can Enigma, does this guy that's, shaking the cages and everything, does he have keys or anything on him that we can see?
Roll me a perception check and roll high.
Yeah, that's a 12.
Not high enough. It's too hard to tell. He sort of walks around slowly, very slowly almost, just boop, 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 going from spot to spot. Whether he'll just stand in front of a cage, sometimes staring just into the cage. You hear silence wherever he goes. They're definitely very afraid of it, whatever it is.
all right, so Bobo, whilst he's got up to an hour on his invisibility,
Mm-hmm.
so he's going to, as quietly as humanly possible, sneak closer to this thing.
Hey, as you get to the bottom of the ladder and touch down onto the floor with your feet, you feel the soft squish squish of whatever fleshy substance the floor is made out of. Red juices sort of well up around your feet.
I do not like that, sir. That just sounds so
It feels
bad.
like stepping on or in wet socks. You know when you have wet socks?
Oh God. Oh.
That alone is nightmare fuel.
Sorry
Chat, I know
about
you're saying this whole situation is nightmare fuel, but wet socks. Blech. Enigma
Alright.
is going to. How close is this entity?
It's sort of roaming, but he's about 30 feet away, has not noticed you guys. He's sort of just slowly, almost lackadaisically going around. It seems like he's more of just feasting on the fear of these prisoners more than he's keeping them in line. He's sort of just being a dick.
Enigma's going to slither up one of the cages and kind of make like a tapping noise with his tail and to try to get the entity to come closer to him.
Okay. It definitely hears the noise, immediately turns that way. When it turns your way, you see that its mouth and its jaw sort of unhinges in an unnatural way as it gives out a deep breath. And you see the cheeks sort of expand, revealing these very, very large teeth. And it sort of like smells the air like that for a second and slowly starts squishing in your direction. You've definitely distracted it. It's coming over there, but I'm going to roll to see if he sees you because you are like a big ass snake. And you're not really using any fucking stealth ability. It doesn't matter. It doesn't see you. You distract this clown demon. It squishes over to you and does not notice you. I need a stealth check for Takgul. I do not need one from Bobo because you're using invisibility. What benefits does your camouflage give you to stealth?
Taco gets advantage on all stealth rolls.
All right, roll it up with advantage, baby. Let's see them numbers.
Taco's only going to take the first roll because I'm not going to get better than a nat 20 plus 5.
Okay, you are silent. You have squished yourself up against a meat wall. It is warm. It is quiet. It's really hard to make a noise when everything's made out of flesh. Fantastic. Yeah, you've completely distracted this thing. It is over. It's sort of investigating the area, just going, I'll eat one of you if I find you outside of your cage. I'll eat you in front of your parents.
Jesus.
Enigma
looking
is
around.
going to slither, like kind of like how a snake kind of will go behind its prey, and he is going to constrict around the clown's neck and try to incapacitate it.
We're gonna roll for initiative, and I will give you a surprise attack.
Taco's gonna, if that happens, Taco's just gonna come up for the fucking with a right hook to his face.
Initiative. All right.
That is a 16.
15 for Bavo.
15 for Enigma.
Okay, whichever you have has the highest dex.
Bobo's got a +3 to his dex.
Okay.
In
And
a
Enigma?
snake, he's got a +2, so.
Okay. So Enigma will be last. However, he was the first one to take an action on this demon clown. You are getting a surprise attack. I will also give you advantage on your attack for your distractionary tactics and for your teammates being able to stay completely stealthed. And I think that should be rewarded. So go ahead and make your constriction attempt. What do I have to roll? Strength?
No, it's a melee attack.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Roll to hit.
That will be 25, 19 plus 6.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
And then, sorry, technical difficulties.
Gotcha. That's okay. I'll take a sip of water. My lips are feeling parched.
Remember, stay hydrated during combat.
Always.
Okay, so that will be 9 bludgeoning damage, and you are
Okey-dokey.
grappled, and restrained. DC to escape is 16.
Okay, and that's what, at the end of his turn? Or is it at the end of
Yes.
your turn?
At the end of your turn.
Sounds good. All right, and okay, then initiative would start. You've got this demon clown wrapped up pretty succinctly. You sort of scooped in, wrapped him. You got him really quick. Talk Goal, you're first. Your buddy's wrapped up this demon clown.
Taco is gonna take 2 shots to the face because with his main attack and his extra attack. First was a 15,
A 15 will hit. Damn it.
and the second was a 26.
A 26 actually also hits. So go ahead and what is your weapon?
My fists.
Okay, good. I thought so. I was just making sure. I had to ask. I like to know. So you jump up, bam, bam, hit him twice in the face. Go ahead and roll that damage for me.
As a bonus action, I'm using my key point to do Furia blows, by the way.
Roll it up, baby. I'm here for a good time. Oh.
So for the first 2 attacks, it was a 9 and a 7, so 16.
Okay.
And now I got to roll for Furia blow.
All right. Yeah, you jump up and you are just swinging with all your heart's content. I love it.
I got a 19 and a 16, which I'm sure both hit.
Yep, they both hit. More damage. Roll it up.
Second one is for the Fury blows is 17.
Okay, wow. Yeah, so you wrap him up. You jump up and you're just honk, honk, squeak, honk. It's just honking and bonking as you're beating him in the face. You definitely see pink liquid and blue liquid is spraying out of his face. It looks like you're damaging it for sure. And after you, we will go down to Bobo. You're up. He's wrapped up. The little Thrycreen is beating the shit out of his face. He's wrapped up. What would you like to do?
The Taco's just yelling, I don't like people who take children.
Bobo is going to rip the box off of his back, smash the button, and create his Eldritch Cannon in the form of a Force Ballista. So that's the action. The bonus action is going to be firing said Eldritch Cannon.
Okay.
So range spell attack. That's not great, but
You guys are keeping me suspenseful as hell, huh? You guys are just gonna hold it to the last second, you fuckers. How much damage does it hit?
no, it's that is going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage. You
3d8.
launch a Oh my god! You launch this. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. this massive bolt of force. You launch it forward into the clown. Go ahead and give me that big ass damage, baby. I love to see it.
That is going to be 13 points of force damage, and it is pushed 5 feet. So he is currently restrained, so I don't know if that works.
All right, you launch him and the snake backwards. They both go back 5 feet. It doesn't really make a huge difference. But I think last but not least, unless you have anything else,
that's going to be it for Bobo.
Enigma, you've got him. You've got this murder clown demon wrapped up. What would you like to do now? Your teammates are beating the hell out of him. You guys definitely got the jump on this dude. He's honking. He's horning. But he's not putting up much of a fight. You guys are whooping on him. What would you like to do?
Enigma is going to use the snake's bite attack.
Excellent.
Because I have him constricted, does that mean...
Yeah, I guess you'd get advantage.
Okay. Not good. That's a 10.
Okay, yeah. A 10 doesn't really break its skin. You sort of bite, and you find that the clown's skin is actually incredibly tough. Sorry, I was reading the chat. I just said, "Sir, this is YouTube." I don't know what it is I said that was so bad, but I know it was me, probably. All right. Okay. Is there any other actions you can take, or are you just going to stay constricting him?
I'm just going to keep constricting him and holding him in place.
All right. It's his horning. I can't. What is that a bad word? I don't know. I'm awful. Put me in timeout. It gets its turn skipped basically because you've got him constricted, but then he gets a chance to break out, right? So that's a strength check.
Yep.
Okay. I got a 7.
Does not meet.
Okay,
DC
that doesn't
16,
work.
So.
I'm gonna roll a d6 here. A 6 would be Bobo. Bobo, you hear in your head, Mister, please come save me. I'm stuck in this cage all alone, mister. I see that you've come here to help us. Please, run towards the bonfire. I'm over by the bonfire. Help me, please, sir. And I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, not too bad, not too bad.
Sir, please. The fire's getting quite hot over here, please.
That's going to be a 15.
With a 15? Yeah, you feel an extreme urge to run off towards the bonfire in the distance. Past revelations and thoughts of clown demons have all fled your mind as you hear the voice of this weirdly British small elven child calling out to you from the darkness.
Good children! I will save you!
You guys see Bobo gets excited, and it seems like something has come over him a little bit. The rest of you don't hear anything. Back up to the start of initiative, it is going to be Talk Goal. You're up again. You heard Bobo exclaim out loud, but you're in the middle of combat right now, so what are you doing for your turn?
He hears him scream. He's like, "No, Bobo, we're in the middle of combat." But without turning his back, he's like, "Well, I guess I'm going to punch you in the face some more."
Okay, the clown is actually a little intimidated at your simplicity. His horn sort of shrinks in defense as you come to start wailing upon him a gun. Go ahead and roll.
First is a 29.
Okay, that hits.
Second is well, that's a 20. A 20.
Nat 20?
No, dirty 20. It's a 21.
Okay, that also hits. That's 2.
Oh God, I rolled minimal damage for that, but it's 12 points of damage for the first 2 attacks. Now I'm gonna roll for my
Okay.
Fury of Blows.
Alrighty. You can tell that your fists are definitely having a very serious effect on this clown's face. His honker really ain't honking like it used to. It sort of sounds almost like a dry wheezing honk now, like you're breaking the fucking speakers out of the box. But go ahead and roll me the attacks for those.
27 and 26 for the attacks.
All right, I want you to describe to me how you beat this clown to death. Because you've been wailing on his face for a while now. It is starting to mush. Go ahead. We can't hear you, Chuck.
Sorry, my mouse decided to stop working for a second. You see
right,
the tiger just not having any of this clown's crap anymore, and he just jumps up, and with all 4 arms, you just see him. Well, first 2 arms just deck the sides of his temples, as the other 2 arms simultaneously just come up with an uppercut, and you just hear the clown elf demon's neck just snap as the uppercut connects.
That uppercut hits. You hear a crack, and his neck cracks like a glow stick. It immediately lights up. This light is very bright, and a lot of the prisoners can now see, and they're calling out to you guys. Bobo, go ahead and roll me another saving throw as all of these other cries are starting to come out to you.
Not much better, 13.
These cries don't seem half as important as the one that you're hearing in your head. Please, sir, quickly, to the fire. They've already cut up all the potatoes. Soon they'll be throwing me into the stew as well.
So, Bobo, believing that this child is in this fire, is going to cast Wind Wall in hopes of putting the fire out.
Okay. So this is still off into the distance. What is the range of that spell, just so I can get an idea? Because they were I'd say about 100 feet away.
120. 120 for Wind Wall.
So you're still standing over here with your friends, and you're just like, aha! And you're going to throw this. Fantastic. Here's what we're going to do. I want you to roll me a d20, and we're going to make that a luck check. And the higher that is, the better for you. The lower it is, the better it is for the game.
17.
17 is pretty damn high. You guys crack this clown open like a glow stick. He starts lighting things up. Prisoners are calling out to you guys. Tactile as the body collapses. Enigma as the body collapses underneath you. You do feel the jingle jangle of your body rolling up against some keys. You hear almost an explosion in the distance as you hear a cauldron go flying. You hear the honking of many angry clowns. And you hear some screeching into the night that's inhuman. It almost sounds like an elk giving a mating call before being shot to death. It's pretty scary. I can't make it with human voice boxes, but you have to use your imagination a little bit. As you hear people from the town calling out to you guys, and you look into the cages, you guys have worked in Larnwich for years. You recognize some of these kids. You recognize some of these people. You recognize shop owners.
Enigma, upon feeling the neck break and like him go limp, is gonna like kind of like in almost a back foot fashion, just kind of come out of his wild shape, grab the keys off of him, talk to Tat Ghoul, say start unlocking the cages, and turn to Bobo and be like, Bobo, we have to help these guys.
Yes, help.
Yep.
Tackle immediately starts unlocking the kids' cages first.
Fantastic. You guys split up, start opening cages. Bobo, the realism of the situation hits you. As soon as your spell sort of dissipates whatever the hell was going on down yonder, where you made that explosion, where you caused untold mayhem, you feel something snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. That lady in the cell you recognize, and you recognize that you were under some type of magical influence.
Do I recognize who was influencing me?
Yeah, you hear in your head now. Please, sir, come help me. I'm down by the fire. And you hear that same voice in your head, but it's not as cute sounding as before, and it sounds much more evil.
That went from Oliver Twist to freaking Igor.
Oh, the humanity.
All right, so Bobo's gonna. Oh fuck! I don't know exactly where it's coming from though.
It's coming from where there used to be like all of this fire area, where like all these lights were coming up, where they were doing things. Now it is darkness in that area, and it is light in yours, going off of this broken clown glow stick neck. Your teammates, as you look around, are slowly breaking free prisoners and opening cages. And these people really don't know where to go. And I mean, honestly, neither do you guys. You're sort of just in this one area right now. But you definitely hear the sounds of clowns in the distance.
All right, so Babo's gonna pull out a piece of copper wire, cast message,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna be like, "Did you hurt kids?" And they can reply with a one sentence reply back with message.
And what was the message?
Did you hurt the kids?
And who are you sending it to?
Whoever the hell is in where that fire was, whoever's trying to message me. Like I said, I don't know if I can actually see them or if I just point my finger in their direction and hope to God it hits them.
Okay. You get a message back that immediately just says, not yet, period, and then a name, Joanna. And as you guys are breaking people free, you start to hear a loud metal thumping, scraping noise coming from back the way you guys come.
While that's going on, Taco would be like reuniting parent and children and be very adamant about trying to keep it orderly.
In the flesh room, Tat Gold keeps order. I love it. All right. So you're helping reunite families. You guys start hearing this breaking and crashing. And almost as soon as it had started, you see a large cut sort of in the metal of the wall, and a little bit of sunlight pours through. And you see that dwarf's head pops through, and he goes, "Aye, we've made a hole through the side. Start taking people out quickly." And he's going to start trying to widen the hole, but he's not having a lot of luck. It looks like he needs some help for sure.
Do we recognize this guy as one of the villagers?
Yeah, this was the dwarf that talked to you guys before Babo went full gung-ho and ran for it. He was the guy trying to muster up everybody else into doing what you guys are doing exactly. And he's working on this wall. From his side, you hear the metal scraping. From your side, you guys see the meat and the flesh is getting separated, and it is oozing arterial blood. But almost as fast as that's doing, you see the flesh is re-knitting itself over his blades, over his axes. It's almost like the internal part of the wall is repairing itself to try to keep them out. You see that one, what looks like to be a mother, is rushing out to try to push her child through, but as the wall is being rebinding, it's grabbing up on her arm and starting to pull her into the wall too. It looks like that's another problem that is slowly starting to become more existent in the back.
Taco will look at Mr. Enigma. Mr. Enigma, can you wild shape and help dwarf widen hole?
I can do one better. And Enigma's going to cast polymorph on the dwarf and turn him into...
You're going to have to convince me on how you're going to convince this dwarf to let you polymorph him, first of all. Before we even just jump to fucking conclusions that fast? Steve, you're bonked. Bonk that man.
All right, so...
Enigma's just going to look at the dwarf and be like, trust me on this, and he's going to turn him into a giant ape to help pull the stuff.
You're turning into a what? A giant
ape.
All right, and okay, with these giant ape arms, you're easily able to start widening.
No, the dwarf.
Oh, how are you going to convince the dwarf?
I'm just going to look at him and be like, if you want to help these people, trust me. And I'm going to snap my fingers and cast it on him to turn him into it.
I'm going to make a roll here to determine, because that wasn't very convincing to me. But these are desperate times. I rolled a 3. I'm going to roll that me rolling low is in your favor. The dwarf reaches out as you snap, as he morphs into the thickest of giant apes. Not as tall as most giant apes, but twice as wide and twice as hairy. He immediately starts ripping open this wall. It's definitely fighting against him. He's sort of struggling as kids, women, and men are being funneled out.
While that's happening, I'm like organizing the kids and everyone, and I'm telling Bobo, like, escort kids out while I finish unlocking cages.
Oh, I have a better idea. He's got 60 feet. And I'm going to command my Eldritch Cannon. Once everyone is backed up 60 feet, including the gorilla, I'm going to command my Eldritch Cannon to detonate the wall with a force blast of 60 feet.
Okay. As you start moving towards the wall, as Talk Goal is calling out to you, you don't need to roll anything, but your mind is sort of assaulted by a fluttering of images of a small young girl. Down somewhere dark, you see the scuffling of a nicer pair of shoes, and you hear that voice in your head, and it just says, "I've still got one." As you run back towards the wall with your machinery, what would you like to do again?
Oh. So I take it this is like a threat. I blow up the wall, he kills the kid.
I'm just a messenger.
As Bobo hesitates for a second and everything's going on, Enigma's going to whistle to call Panda into the tent with him. And he's going to look at...
Panda freaks out a little bit immediately as they hit the flesh floor. I'm just going to go ahead and let that out. Freaks out your wolf, but he definitely comes in and follows you inside.
I'm going to look at her. Look at her. It's okay. I need you to go ahead and see if there's anything. Can you smell any of our friends further on?
It's going to be very hard to tell. I'm going to have your wolf roll perception. If you don't have your wolf stats up, you can go ahead and roll off your own stats for perception with disadvantage. Because normally this wolf would, use scent. And with all the flesh floors and walls and stuff, it's just difficult.
He's got keen hearing and smell, so that gives him advantage on perception checks.
It sounds like you get a normal roll then, baby, because you are definitely getting a disadvantage point for being in the flesh house, baby.
16.
Oh my goodness. Panda activates. Panda points. There's somebody else deeper in.
Enigma is going to turn to Bobo, kind of grab him by the shoulders. Listen, I need you to get these people out of here. Then catch up. Tat Ghoul and I are going on. There's someone else here. And I'm going to turn to Tat Ghoul and be like, let's go, and start heading down the hall.
Has Taco at this point unlocked all the cages?
I would say, Tackle, you have unlocked all of the cages. Right now, you are like organizing people as they're escaping. Like instead of people running each other over, you're organizing it and you're like making sure people get out in a safe, orderly fashion with their families. And I'd say that at this point, you're almost done. But I mean, it's still going to need help. There's a lot of people here that are injured. There are people that are hurt. They're going to need carried through. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. But the villagers are able to come in now and help.
So Bobo is going to pull out a piece of licorice, pop it in his mouth, spit it into his hand, say some disgusting words in Goblin that I don't think anyone speaks Goblin here. And he's going to cast haste on himself and start grabbing as many kids, women, and children as he can and start just like bolting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Okay. Like a superhero, you guys see Bobo is doing what you said, Enigma. Bobo hops to it and starts immediately with, the power of magic pushing him, is helping take care of all of these problems. Tat Goal and Enigma, you guys were running deeper in, correct?
Yes, sir. By the way, not that it matters, but Taco does actually speak Goblin, so he understood what you said.
Okay.
Okay, so in Goblin,
what was it?
I go fast, I go fast, I go fast, I go fast, I go fast.
All right. So you guys head off. Are you having Panda lead the way? Because Panda definitely has a scent.
Could Taco ride on Panda? He's short. He doesn't have long legs.
Enigma picks up Tat Ghoul, sets him on Panda, and be like, lead the way. And they're going to take off.
All right. You guys take off. I need you to roll me a D4, Bobo, to see how many rounds it's going to take you to take care of all of these people. And whatever you roll, I'm going to do a -1 to it because you hasted yourself. Rolled a 1. All right. After this first round, I'm going to say that you have pulled all of these people out here just using the magic of this haste with just the how much you want to save all of these people. And you know there's still one in there. You are moving at the speed of light. However, we're going to switch to Bobo and Tot Goal. As you guys are running off into the darkness, you don't have to run far. The building was only about another 100 feet. But as you guys quickly make it to that area, you see at the end, there's a small throne, and you see that there is a humanoid sitting in a chair. There's a few demon clowns, dead bodies that are laying around him. And there is a bag that is shifting and moving underneath his feet. He's sort of resting his feet on this bag like an ottoman. And he looks up at you guys and he says, you let the sunlight in and you've poisoned my clowns.
Not sorry about that.
You know, this type of thing can't be stopped. I'll just pop up this show on the road somewhere else again and start over with another town. It won't have been the end of Larnwich. You mortals are so frail and silly that you would come and try to stop our harvest. You would stop our feast. You would slow down our motives. I'm taking this one with me. I'm not allergic to the outside sun or the outside air. I'll pack up this tent and I'll leave, and I don't have to kill either of you. But there is a goblin amongst you that must come talk to me, for he has reached out and disturbed my cauldrons. Go back and get your child goblin.
Taco would pet Panda on the head, pull out raw meat as a treat, and be like, nah, I think I'm just going to kill you instead.
So Bobo still has 9 rounds of haste.
Correct.
He is bolting down that hallway. I have no idea how far it is. Bobo doesn't care. He's got his Eldritch Cannon moving as fast as it can right behind him. Bobo is out for blood. The fact that this being, whatever it is using a child as leverage against him will not stand.
And literally as leverage, as an ottoman.
Yeah, no.
It's another,
no.
It's not good.
Yeah.
All right. Bobo, you will get there at the end of initiative. You will not get an action, but you will get to the fight. I would like you two to go ahead and roll initiative against the Puppet Master.
19.
Well, fuck.
18.
Oh, well darn. Okay, Tat Goal, you're first again. You guys have beat the Puppet Master. He is sitting up on the, not crown, up on his throne right now. Still sitting, has not jumped up, has not really moved. It's your go, Tat Goal. What would you like to do? He's about 30 feet ahead of you. His feet are down on a bag.
Taco has 50 feet of movement, so he would like to just charge at this arrogant SOB, jump up in the air, and punch him in the face repeatedly.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
First one's an 18 plus 9, so 27.
27. Okay, he's going to parry that one. As you reach up to swing incredibly fast, he reaches up with just his left arm and snaps your hand out of the way. You can go ahead and make your second attack.
I don't think he's going to like that second attack very much. It's a 29 because I rolled a nat 20.
He already used his parry. Yeah, you definitely hit him. I actually have a special chart that now I have to pull up. I'm not used to pulling it up when I'm the DM. Give me 1 second. And I need you to roll me a D100. All right, and what did you get? Not hearing you.
That would be a 60.
A 60 bludgeoning damage. All right, go ahead and roll your damage for this second hit, and then triple it.
Ah, dang.
As he parries this first strike.
Is this guy?
He's about 30 feet from you. He parries the first one so easily, he just reaches up and grabs it, and then you just hit him with a haymaker out of nowhere. Roll that damage, give me that triple. You missed. Tat Gold just came up and smashed the Puppet Master Clown King right in the face with a
That is a
haymaker.
total of 57 damage.
I don't even, Jesus Christ, don't want to know how you got to that number. Yeah, you definitely hit the living shit out of this guy. Red blood splatters across the side of the wall. I think you even knock out a couple teeth. You hit this guy so fucking hard. You knock him out of the chair. He immediately gets back up. He looks very upset now, very serious. Tackle, is there anything else you could do?
I could Fury of Blows this sucker.
If you want to, go ahead.
Why not?
Because the rest that falling out of this, that's all flavor. But damn, yeah, you knocked him out of his throne.
I'm
You
gonna say the first
smashed him.
one. I'm gonna say the first one misses because it was a 12.
Yep, that is a miss.
The second one is a 26,
26 hits.
and that is just 12 points of damage.
Oh boy, he's not quite bloodied, but you've swollen his face up because you can't really tell if this guy is human or if he's zombie or clown. He looks sort of like an elf and a human, but gray skin, lifeless eyes. It's very hard to tell what it is because you've never really seen one of these before. But you've definitely smacked some color right into the side of its head. And after you,
Taco is just breathing hard and just anger and says and just looks at him with a dead serious face. I told you I was gonna kill you.
we'll see how this goes. Enigma, you're up.
Enigma's gonna start walking up, kind of crack his neck. Tackle don't have all the fun. He is going to snap his fingers and cast Conjure Animals at 5th level. And he is going to summon forth 16 wolves.
Okay.
And he's going to essentially corner, surround the guy.
So you're summoning a fuck ton of wolves in this flesh room to surround him. Okay.
Yep. And then I'm going to look down at Panda, go grab the kid and get him out of here.
Oh, boy. Okay.
And then he is going to use his bonus action to backflip, and he is going to turn into a cave bear.
Cave bear. Okay. Are you able to concentrate on spells while you're in animal shape?
I believe you can.
I can't remember.
I believe so because I have.
I'll take your word for it. It's just
I don't think that you're able to cast.
You can't
new
cast spells
because of vocal and somatic. But I believe
you can concentrate. That actually sounds right. That sounds right. So we're gonna go with that. All right. Yeah, you do a lot, Baba. When you run up, you see that they have summoned wolves. They're already fighting him hand to hand. It appears that Panda is running off with a wiggling bag, which I will say that Panda definitely got. As a legendary reaction, the Puppet Master is going to point towards your dog and say, sit! And a large red energy beam will blast out of his finger, incinerating your dog completely. You see a pile of ash hits the ground, and that wriggling bag falls in its spot, sifting the ashes outward. Bobo, this happens right next to you. You've lost one wolf. Shall I incinerate the bear as well? Should all of these wolves die?
Enigma's going to look, he's in bear form. He's going to look and just become enraged and just glare at this puppet master.
Now, wait a minute. That was his wolf, not just a summoned wolf. That was Panda. That was Panda, right?
That was his animal friendship wolf. That was his
I
animal
was gonna
companion.
do something so fucking cool when I walked in here.
But you hear cries, Baba.
I have one more 3rd level spell slot open. I do have Revivify.
Oh shit! It got so incredibly bright on my face. There we go. Sorry, guys. All right. But before it's your turn, yeah, I just caught that. I just figured it out. Sorry, guys. That was his legendary action. Babu, as you run in the room, the Puppet Master is going to take his actual action.
When do my wolves take their turn?
Your wolves would get a turn. Actually, go ahead and make some wolf rolls for sure.
Okay, since there's 16, do you want me to do them all in one, or how do you want
Well,
me to do
I
this?
think you're going to have to roll a nat 20 to hit this guy with a wolf. I'm pretty sure his AC is 25. So you're probably gonna have to roll them individually, bud. Do you have a handful you can roll 4 at a time?
Yep.
All right, get to rolling, bud. Better now?
While he's rolling, when Taco sees the wolf panda die, the one that just
Mhm.
rode him into battle and he fed a snack, he gets incredibly pissed off. Like, he doesn't have rage, but if he did, he would be raging right now.
Yeah, definitely. Very upsetting, very heartbreaking. It feels like a part of you died just now, Enigma. But
All
give me
right.
your rolls.
Only one got 19 plus 4, so 24. Or 23, excuse me.
That still would have missed. Okay, so your wolves are biting, ripping, ravishing around his legs. He's jumping around. He's pushing them away. He's incredibly agile. Have you guys seen that Will Smith movie about the elves and the orcs? And the elves just move like fucking water.
Bright. Yeah.
Bright.
Yeah.
That is the best depiction of a dexterous character I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, he's moving around Matrix style, just incredibly fast. Too fast for these wolves to really get their paws on. But they are viciously trying. It's going to go to his turn. And he is going to point towards. I'm just going to roll a d6 for this one to keep it fair. A 3 is attack goal. I need you to make an intelligence check as the puppet master points towards you and yells, "Obey."
That's fair. Taco did just pound the ever-loving crap out of his
You were
face.
beating the shit out of him.
Well, I have a +0 to that, but I just rolled a 17 on the die.
A 17 is a very good roll. Sadly, not enough for this. You're being hit with a. Oh, actually, that wasn't in. Do you have a higher charisma modifier? Because it's a charisma saving throw.
I have looks like a +1,
Okay.
so it'd be an 18 if we keep that roll.
So you've been affected by a dominate person spell. The message that you hear in your head is kill the bear.
Taco must kill bear.
It's for the children. You hear in your head. All right, that's its turn. We're going to go very last. Bobo, you run up with your 0 initiative. I told you would not be able to get a action, but what I'm going to do is let you roll what your initiative is going to be for joining the combat now that you're here. You might roll your nat 20 and be first and ready to go. You might beat the monster. It's up to you guys.
Was not a nat 20. That's 5 on the initiative.
Okay, so your initiative is saying pretty much exactly where it was. We are going back up to the top. Tack Goal, you're first. This evil bear that's been capturing children is right in front of you, pretty much.
Taco is going to punch bear in face.
All right, Enigma, you are immediately pounced upon by the angriest of Thicreen monks as Tack Goal is going to start pounding away. Go ahead and roll to hit. Hey, go ahead and burn another Fury of Blows if you got one.
I'm so sorry about this.
That would be nice. I'd like you to go ahead and just give him the whole works.
I'm so sorry about this. The first 2 attacks were a 26 and a 22. Oh, that +9's hitting hard tonight.
So that's 2 hits. Keep them coming.
The other one is a 20, a dirty 20.
That would also hit a bear.
I'm so sorry.
Is that one more?
Funny.
Oh shit. Well, roll percentage. This is actually, ironically, one of the only ways to kill a druid. Is for someone to get them with a nat 20 while they're in an animal form.
Now I have to roll damage.
Roll 100%. I'm just kidding. That will kill him. But roll that D100. Everybody's waiting. Our damage is bludgeoning.
That's a 98.
I don't. Fuck.
Ow.
Luckily, that is not instant death. It is.
I'm so sorry.
My God. I don't know. Yeah, it's a one shot. As a DM, I'm going to let this carry through. You hit him so hard. I need you. This is gonna sound bad. He hits you so hard, Enigma. I need you to lower your permanent intelligence score by 2. He knocks you out of bear form.
He gave that boy a concussion.
He hit you so hard, he knocked you out of bear form, lowered your intelligence score, and knocked you unconscious. Babo, you see that Tackle has viciously turned on the party and has just been extremely powerful. The wolves disappear. The bag wriggles as wow, he's unconscious. He's dominated.
I'm so
The
sorry.
puppet master is going to slowly walk towards the pile of ashes and pick up the bag in just 2 fingers and start swaying it back and forth. It's your turn, Babo.
Do I make like another intelligence saving throw at the end of my turn to like see if I can break this, or?
I actually think you do each time turn. Nope, it says only when you take damage, it looks like.
Oh God.
But I don't think that's fun. Roll for it. I'm gonna give you a roll at the end of your turns because I'm not exactly sure how dominate person works at high level, and I don't feel like looking all the shit up right now.
Yeah,
it looks like the chat wants y'all's fucking heads though. What did you get? You said?
So
that's not going well. That's a 15.
Okay. And what were you saying, Babo?
Yeah, no. Babo is gonna hopefully smack the shit out of him hard enough to drop his concentration. And he's gonna hit him with a 3rd level scorching ray.
Okie dokie. You're shooting a scorching ray. That's rolled a hit, correct?
That is a roll to hit, yes.
Okay. He is incredibly fast. And you see he's going to be, it looks like as you are lining up his spell, he's sort of just lining up that bag and trying to trace where you're aiming.
All right, so that is going to be a dirty 20.
It's not enough. He just moves out of the way.
Fuck.
Baba, you weren't here for the beginning of this fight, but he is extremely dexterous. He sort of just moves slightly out of the way, just so it barely misses, and keeps walking towards you. You called for the child? It was you? It was you, Babo of the Goblins, that called me down from my throne?
In Goblin. Now, so the Thrycreen can understand me, so you're going to hear a slight shift in his voice when he speaks his native tongue. Yes, I did call upon you. Harming children, feeding upon them. That will not stand. And as my bonus action, I'm going to use my Force Ballista.
Oh, okay. Now he goes to respond to you and say he has things to say as you launch your ballista forward. Let's see if it hits first.
Okay, that's a kill goblin. So that is going to be a 22.
It goes over his right shoulder as he ducks just a tad bit, and he chuckles. Oh, the angst of the mortals. I have fed since before you were born, and I will feed long after your corpse has fed this earth that I am cursed to travel across. You think you can come upon here and pry the blood from my lips and not lose blood of your own? You are a fool. During this speech, I need 2 rolls. I need one from Tech Gold to break out of this dominate person because he's not super concentrated on you right now. And I need Enigma to roll to see if you wake up.
What kind of roll is that?
We'll make it survival.
I hope a 19's good enough.
With
14.
With a 19 Tech goal? You shake off this dominate person spell that's been placed upon you, and you look down at your hand that is still covered with like blood. It's got teeth marks, and you see fur of a brown bear. You look down at the unconscious body of your friend Enigma. You see that it looks like you've dislocated part of his face. He does not look the same as he did before you punched him.
Oh no, what has Tackle done?
Okay. That was fun.
I take it 14 isn't going to wake me up.
It is not. You're still unconscious. But to the top of initiative, Tat Goal, you're up. Your friend's down below you unconscious. You look over behind you and to the left. You see that the puppet master sort of just walking down Bobo, dodging shots as they're coming. But Bobo is bravely standing there, if not shaking a little bit, defending, trying to get this child back.
Bobo definitely pissed himself after the Eldritch Cannon missed.
It is your turn, Tat Goal. How would you like to
Tackle-
proceed?
Tackle's gonna run up behind and bludgeon this guy some more.
Roll it, baby.
27 and 28 for my first 2 attacks.
You run behind this puppet master who was talking mad shit and just whack him twice in the back of the head. Just, ow. Go ahead and roll damage as you start waving pain upon the back of his head.
And then a 27 and then a 19. So I didn't. So
Okay. I can't use that ability anymore. Let me see if I have anything else. Not for that. Okay. Yeah. Roll all that damage up. You are pounding him on the back of the head. Bobo, you see a hero appears behind you as the Thrycreen monk hops up from behind his shoulder and starts beating on the back of his head. He drops the bag.
he just screams, "You made me hurt my friend!"
All right. Roll up some damage, baby.
Would that count as a sneak attack?
The total damage was 28.
He is an artificer. He is not a rogue. You said what was that?
My total damage was 28 for those like 3 blows that I just put in the back of his
Boy. Okay.
piece.
All right. I will say that the puppet master is bloodied. You can definitely tell he stumbles forward a little bit. He drops that bag. You hear the soft cry of this kid hitting the ground. The bag's not moving as much anymore. It's getting thrown around, dropped. He stands up and he like turns so that he's sort of facing both of you to his sides, and he backs up a little bit and he says, "Let's let it be this then." And he gets ready to fight you guys. After Tack Goal, I mean Enigma, make me a roll, man. Make me a survival check.
18.
18. Enigma, you open your eyes. You feel more pain in your head. Like you have the worst headache you've ever had in your life. You can't think of where you're at right now, where you're waking up from. But as you open your eyes up, you see a Thrycreen monk and Air Genasi druid fighting off of this indescribably evil-looking creature. You know these are your friends as you shake off the cobwebs. It is you, Enigma. Oh, crap. I got the names wrong on there. My bad on that. Enigma, you wake up. You recognize where you are eventually, and you are ready to go. But you are definitely hurting.
Tackle's so sorry about that, Mr. Enigma.
Yeah,
Is it
Tackle.
my goal? My goal still?
Yeah, you've still got your movement and your action. It's gonna take half your movement to get up, but I'll say you can still get to the fight.
I'm gonna kind of stand up. Now that just knocked me out of bear form. Did it cause any damage to my person?
-2 to your intelligence score permanently.
That I've already calculated.
There's not much more damage he can be done with a fist. That's about as bad as it gets. It was enough to knock you out of bear form, but it didn't carry through to your person.
Okay, so Enigma is then going to take and cast Conjure Animals again. And this time he is going to conjure 2 cave bears.
Okay. All right, you 2 cave bears from the Feywild enter the flesh room. They look around. They look terrified, but they are ready to do your bidding. Would you like to make attacks?
And then as a bonus action, I am going to yell out to the puppet master, "Hey boys!" And he's gonna crack his jaw. I'm back, and I'm gonna go right back into cave bear form, and my 2 cave bears are going to attack him.
The puppet master sort of chuckles and goes, "Good. We're surrounded. I can now fight in all directions." As you rush forward, go ahead and make your attack rolls. I will give you advantage with your bears because there's 2 of them. Y'all are pretty much jumping this guy, but go ahead and roll it up.
So each bear gets 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you said they both get advantage?
Mm-hmm.
So 1 hit is going to be
Remember, you got to break
So-
25 to even hit this guy.
Yep. So
All right.
the first bear is going to bite with that would be a 26,
Okay.
and then swing his claws for a 25 on the dot.
Okay.
And then the other bear is going to miss completely. So
Okay. Give us damage. Damage. Bear damage. Give us dare. Dare. Bear. Nah, fuck it.
Give us bears.
Give us that damage.
So we got 9 piercing damage, and then
Okay. Your
14
bears.
slashing damage.
Your bears run up. They start slashing and biting. You see that they're battering him around, but it doesn't appear that they're doing any actual damage.
Tackle will just yell for Panda.
Okay. You could tell that maybe there's something off, like maybe you need magical or silvered weapons to hurt this creature completely. But they're definitely moving them around. They're damaging them, but they're not doing as much damage as you would expect. But I've wrote down what I got here. He's definitely bloodied. He's definitely hurt. After you, we go to the puppet master himself. And on his turn, he is going to take attacks. He is going to attack. Attack goes right on him. But I'm going to roll anyway because it seems fair. All right, a 6. He's going to attack Bobo. First thing he's going to do is he's going to take that sack that was in his hand and he's going to throw it as hard as he can straight up in the air. And then he's going to rush towards Bobo, taking some attacks. I'm going to go ahead and give him a percentage of the damage that I think you and your bears could do to him. So I'm going to give him 20 hit points of damage from breaking out from you guys, where he is going to take his 3 swings on Bobo.
Bring it.
Okay. His lowest swing was a dirty 20.
I'm going to cast Shield on myself as a reaction.
Okay, so I got a 20, a 21, and a 27 to hit.
All right. The 20 doesn't hit. The other 2 do.
Okay, so you shield through the first strike as he smiles and puts his claws together and bursts through your arcanic shields, and he's going to strike you twice just with his bare hands.
I'm glad I prepared Cure Wounds today.
All right, 14, 21. You're going to take 31 necrotic damage. As you feel his claws, hands hit your body, it is already absorbing like moisture from your body. It is extremely damaging. He looks at you and goes, "Why aren't you dead?" And it is your turn, Bobo. Ah!
All right. Bobo is going to attempt to catch the bag out of the air.
Oh, okay. Sure.
The point is he wants to reach into the bag and cast Cure Wounds on the child. She has been tossed around, or she The child has been bopped around, smacked up. It can't be doing well.
Make me an athletics check. If you can pass the DC I've got in my head for this, we'll see what happens.
I'm -2 to athletics, but I rolled a 19 on the die. 17.
Against the odds, not in your wheelhouse, not what you're designed to do. Bobo feels the inspiration of that child. He launches himself, passing around the puppet master, jumps upward, and catches the bag on its downfall, immediately throwing his hand in and hitting it with a good Cure Light Wounds. You go to put that healing music in as you take 20 piercing damage, as you feel something incredibly sharp bite into your hand, and you hear a coming from the bag as it is latched onto your hand. You're going to take 20 piercing damage this round as it has wrapped itself around. You see the sharp teeth of the mouth of the bag is fully grasped on your arm. And you hear the puppet master laugh, and he yells, "Look at the puppet jump and play. Mortals are so silly with their wants. There was no Barbara. I'm taking you with me, Bobo." And that is the end.
Does not taste good.
Back to the top of initiative.
I still have a bonus. Well, no, bonus action would have probably been to catch the bag. Never mind. We're good.
I gave it to you all in that fantastic moment.
Yep.
Back up to the top. We're going to go Tat Goal first. Oh, you guys in the chat still think there's a fucking child? There's not. Evil bag of nomming. All right.
Since Tackle's a one-trick pony and only knows how to punch things, that's what he's going to do.
Punching time. All right. Are you punching the bag? Or are you punching the puppet master? Who are you putting your rage off on?
I'm going straight for the puppet master's face hole.
I figured. I just wanted to see if you'd beat his hand to death for me. All right. You gotta make your rolls to hit.
I love that. You just want to see if you beat. All right. So first one is 28. Well, that second one's definitely not going to hit. That's a 21.
All right. Do you have any more key points?
I do.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Because we're level 12, I literally have 12 key points.
Amen. Okay. Are you...
All right. So that one's not going to hit because that's 11, but the other one was a natural 20.
Another natural 20. Jesus, this monk is off. All right. Roll your percentage dice. D100 for me. Stop teasing me. Just read them. What is the number? Oh, you're muted now. These fuckers, they're just trying to raise the suspense. I don't need y'all's help raising suspense. I'm good at this.
I keep forgetting about the push to duck. 71.
71 with a blunt weapon. Oh, wow. Okay. So as you were launching, the attacks that he's blocking, he's just blocking him with his hand. He's sort of just smashing him out of the way. But with a 71, it's hand. Roll a d4 because that's how many fingers on his hand you're going to break with your next swing that he tries to block.
That's a 4.
He goes to quickly block your hand as you smash 4 of his fingers crooked and deliver through past and still punch him. All right, let me get all your damage. Add it up, please. That was a nasty crit. Yeah, you definitely broke fingers. That's horrifying to think about.
So
yeah, that made my hand hurt.
Hey, at least he can still give a thumbs up, right?
He's still got one thumb.
That was 27 points of damage.
27 points of damage. He's looking pretty bloodied and pretty bruised right now. He is going to look towards... Enigma's a bear. There's another bear. There's another bear. He hates Bobo. Tech Goal, you just broke his fingers. He's going to say, you know what? All these motherfuckers know is violence. And he's going to rip his first layer of skin off as a legendary action. as he just comes down and rips all of that gray skin off, and you can see his just bare muscle standing out at attention. You see a crazed look go into his eyes as he's going to take a swing at one of the bears. I'm guarantee that hits a bear. And he does 47 necrotic damage as he plunges his hand through the bear. How much health does a bear have?
42.
He slaughters this bear by putting his hand through it and tosses the bear's body off to the side. That's his turn. We are going to go down to Bobo. The puppet master has donned his birthday suit.
Yeah, you know what? Bobo doesn't like this at all. And to the rest of the party, I'm sorry for this. We're all going to need to. Oh, hold on. Fuck, that's not gonna work either.
Oh crap!
At
the beginning of your turn, I need you to take 10 bleeding damage as the bag starts sucking on your arm like a straw. It makes slurping noises too. It sounds.
Like, you could roll a 1 and it'd be fine, but yeah, no, that's not gonna work. It's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm going to aim at him with my light crossbow and try and shoot him in the face.
All right, roll to hit. I will say that without his skin, his armor class is now only 20.
That's not gonna matter. That's a 9 for the crossbow.
Okay, yeah. You shoot. Your hands are wet from blood. Your crossbow is wet from flesh floor. You're bleeding down your arm. You miss your shot.
But the Eldritch Cannon should hit at a 26.
A 26 definitely hits. You blast this guy in the side with the force cannon, launching him, what was it, 5 feet?
Yeah, it's 5 feet away from me.
All right, 5 feet further into Tatgall. They're going at it. Tatgall doesn't seem to matter, or not matter. Tatgall doesn't seem to mind. Go ahead and roll the damage.
So that's going to be 12 points of force damage.
All right, 12 points blast through his guts, knocking his intestines loose, splattering Tatgall and the bears in gore. They continue. He continues to battle. You can definitely see that this damage is sort of bleeding him out a little bit. He is literally losing organs onto the floor as he fights. As you guys hear a noise behind you, you guys see that there's a bunch of lights moving towards you and the sound of a lot of feet. As you guys look back, you see that dwarf holding a lit torch, and you see other parents, you see other adults, you see other members of the sound guard have marched forward into this flesh house. They're carrying torches, and you see that they're lighting the walls and places as they come. The reinforcements are here. You see the puppet master turns around and he says, "Wait, no, I can't actually die for real. Come with me. We can take over countries. We can take over towns. You can also have irreplaceable skin that you can just take off and on when you need to. Please, don't let them take me out like this. You've taken me down too weak. Behind my throne, there's a bottle. Bring it to me so I can drink from it, and we can live forever." You guys just sort of stare at him.
Enigma's gonna come out of his bear form, and as he does, he's gonna cast Flame Blade.
You see, he sort of just shrinks down to the ground. He's falling apart. His meat is hanging out, meat on meat. He's on the floor.
Enigma's gonna walk to him and be like, "There is no you living forever. You took my best friend from me." And he's gonna plunge his flame blade into his skull.
As he's doing that, Taco does walk up to the throne, go behind, get the bottle, and just to prove a point, he punches the bottle and just shatters it.
Okay.
Just out of pure spite.
The puppet master yells, It was just a dog!" As you take the sword right through his head. He stops moving. his body starts to bubble a little bit and melt into the floor, the whole building starts to shake and quiver, and the sound of rusted metal grating against rusted metal fills your ears. As the civilians start to run, the fire's already starting to ablaze, and as you guys make your way out of this giant coliseum of madness full of clowns and evil, with it crashing down behind you guys, you feel the weight of an incredible evil leave this place. After the adrenaline passes, and as you're running out, Tackle, you see a little bit of broken skin from where you punched that bottle and broke that glass, and a little bit of that black liquid. It almost looked like some of it went into your cut as the cut healed immediately, but it's hard to tell. As you make it back to the city,
now.
as you guys make it out of this dome and back towards the city, you see that the townsfolk that have came in and were helping are being celebrated by the town. And as you guys come out drenched in gore, blood, damage, the town people scream to your praise. And
Bobo is running down the hallway with the bag still on his hand, just punching the shit out of it as he's running.
okay,
You all
eventually,
exit and look around, and Enigma is not there. He's knelt down next to the ashes of his fallen friend and is in the building as it comes down.
no, you guys, Bobo, Tackle, when you get out to see the celebrations, you look behind you to watch the building crash and notice that Enigma is not there.
No, Mr. Enigma.
As the building crumbles down, you see a little star off into the sky twinkle. Maybe he's up there watching down upon us now, running off with Panda in the heavens. I will say that eventually, Bobo, you make friends with the bag. His name's Steve. He's actually just really hungry all the time. They don't let him eat a lot. He's not that bad of a guy. He's a sentient bag of holding with teeth. Go ahead and write that down. Tackle, this demon blood that you got in your bloodstream accidentally gives you the ability to speak and understand Abyssal and gives you a +1 to your constitution. You now have Curse of Demonic Blood.
Duckles, now all powerful.
And Enigma, your best friend in the world died, and you went down with him. As you open your eyes, you're on the plains, looking towards the forest, looking at all the different biomes prepared for you. You lived an apt life as a ranger during your life, and now in the afterlife, you can hunt with Panda until your heart's content, until the end of days. This was a fantastic, fun, patriotic one-shot, or patron one-shot. I'm going to go ahead and let everybody say goodbye to the chat, because that's where we're wrapping it up for today. I think we played a little bit longer than even I probably planned on, but I was having fun. So Enigma, we'll start on the left, just the way we introduced ourselves. Anything you got to say to the people?
Thank you guys as always. Love playing with you guys. You guys have gotten me into this game and I've fallen in love with it. And yeah, Enigma is gone, but who knows? You might see another variation of him again one day.
Oh, it's not canon, it's a one shot. You could come back anytime, baby. And we're gonna go tack goal.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I hope to do it again. Tackle's apparently now cursed with demon blood, which may or may not make him immortal later on. Who knows?
Hell yeah. I think it's cool. I think the way you played Tack Goal was very, very fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Yes, chat, I will be streaming tonight eventually. There's a couple errands I've got to do first, and then I will be streaming. Monkey.
Yeah, am I allowed to do any like self-promo, or is that...
Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I forgot how much fun it is to play with you guys. I know it's been a long time since I've been around, but that was an absolute blast. I love being able to bring Bobo back. Now he's got a bag of gnawing, which is perfect for any disciple of beans.
It's perfect for any artificer. I love it.
You guys can find me on Twitch at monkey_ENT. I'm on TikTok as DM_monkey. Thank you guys. That was a blast. I enjoyed myself. Thank you.
All right.
I didn't realize we could self-promote, honestly.
Go ahead and throw out a promotion.
Okay, so you guys, if you're interested in anything horror related, I do run a horror YouTube channel called PA Nightmares. I actually just dropped a video today by one of my good friends, as the Raven Dreams. If you like anything horror, I do write my own stuff sometimes, so you guys can check it out.
Hell yeah, guys. Check out Nightmare Stuff on YouTube. Fantastic. And check Monkey out on TikTok and on Twitch. But as for the TCC, I don't have much to report except next week, get ready for our super badass full-time campaign that is coming back as soon as Brandon gets back from vacation. We are ready to record. We have a fantastic cast. We're excited for you guys to see it. But that's all for tonight, folks. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming.